Monica from Cancer Survivor Notebook, sharing the actual journey through chemotherapy, how it all started. I went to Mulago Hospital to the emergency ward late January 2020. Apparently, I didn't have blood and my platelets were low, among other things. So I was admitted and many things began being done to me, like blood transfusion. The biopsy was done again from Mulago Hospital because prior that I had been operated in Platinum Hospital where the first biopsy was done, and I was confirmed to be having non-Hodgkin's lymphoma stage 2. So while at Mulago for those 2 weeks, numerous tests were done, and in that moment I just felt like I deteriorated. My tummy grew so big, they used to get water out of my belly. They'd get like a pint out of me of water from my belly for me to be able to get some breather and eat properly as we were waiting upon the day of administering the chemo. When I asked what was going on, of course, these are corridor stories, I was told, okay, they've given me something to kind of agitate the cancer and see how far the most it can be. They want to see it for its worst form. So because I was already an inpatient, the chemo began in the evening hours. I was given what they call pre-meds. That was always the first thing, I think, to prepare your body. And then they began administering the different drugs. I was treated with a regimen called R-CHOP. Each initial represents something or the name of the drug that was being given. So I was on drip, I could say most evening into most of the night. What I remember, chemo is administered by a drip. I went thinking I'm going to have tablets to swallow, go home and do whatever, But apparently I was chained to a bed with drips going through my body, one drug after the other, and some drugs would go up to 5 hours. But during that time, of course, I was reacting differently. The very first chemo, I was vomiting, I was passing out stool rapidly. So there was a lot of being helped to go to the bathroom to do my business until I couldn't do that. So they found another way. But what is significant to note, like that very first one, I kind of passed a blood stool and it was a lot. But in the morning, when the doctors came, we told them that and they managed it. So I stopped the stool business at that point. They monitored me, I think, up to late evening of that day, and then I was discharged. So as soon as I got home, they give me a glass of juice. I take. No sooner has the juice reached anywhere, its last point in my body, then everything started coming out. I've never puked like that. That stands out a lot. That first one, it kind of felt like some foreign body has entered into my body and it has to be ejected out. I puked until I could see the amount of juice that I had taken in the glass, its quantity in that. I'm like, wow. But again, I was feeling like I want to eat, I want to drink. So they tried other things, so the nausea reached here and I was now feeling like a fear to eat. So my aunts were all over. They're like, we just got home. What is this happening again? We can't go to the hospital, we've been discharged, and So all of a sudden I tell them I think I want some tea. Do we have milk tea? Then they bring the tea and I drink and it stayed. So from that day, we had a neighbor that has a cow here. So we were mindful not to take the processed milk. We were getting milk directly from a cow. That's what I survived on. If I did any other thing, probably yogurt. But I took milk tea. I'll take like 4 big flasks of milk morning into night, and of course the toilet was my permanent address at that point. After like a week of doing that and occasionally trying to eat something, and I was just happy with just putting that in there. By that time, there's no taste on my tongue. The tongue became dark purple, like it began like from underneath, they are changing color until all of it was looking like, there's some medicine when we were young they used to put on our wounds called GV. It used to leave like a purple stain on you. So my tongue was almost getting to that color, and with it was no taste whatsoever. I was just throwing in whatever they bring. If it manages to go, I take. I kind of watched myself. I think after a week, some small taste buds were coming. I could taste and try to eat. We go on into the next week. By then I'm eating. I was eating everything and anything in my space. They were joking that you bring food to Monica, before she even gets the plate to eat, she's asking, what next are you preparing? It was funny. I just couldn't have enough. So my family fed me with so many things. I thank God that there was provision. This was now almost when we were about to be locked down, when these things were happening, the first lockdown. I would eat some fruits, I would eat anything. The urge to eat was so much. It's like food was just going, I don't know where. The third week, I noticed that I was craving like meaty stuff. To just come even like at 8 p.m., 9 p.m, I feel like I want those roadside roasted meats. So they would go pick them and I would eat. If I didn't eat, I think something wrong was going to happen. But I thank my family that they were there and they did everything they could in their means to make sure I was comfortable, to make sure I was provided for, because I can't take that for granted. Not everybody had that luxury or has that luxury. So I thank God for that. After 3 weeks, we went back to hospital. As soon as I got there, the doctor is like, you're looking worse than we expected. Have you been eating? I told them, not really. In the beginning, I went through things. So they're like, why didn't you come back? I'm like, I didn't know that I can come back. I was told to come back after 3 weeks. So in my mind, I knew that I have to come back after 3 weeks. And also, I feel like chemo has effects. So I just took it that those are effects of chemo. This I am directing to our medical personnel. I know they are so busy. The Cancer Institute is so busy. Emotions are so many. A lot of things happen. But I think in your practice, make it a point to run through the patients what they are going into and what they will expect and what they can do about things. Because either we didn't understand what we were told, but all we were told at discharge is you come back after 3 weeks, and we were given a date. And I was also aware you don't just turn up, because people are so many. The hospital has a system with which it also follows up patients. So I braved that condition for all those 3 weeks, yet apparently I could have gone back to the hospital and they would intervene and stopped that, but I didn't know. So I only get to know that bit of information after my full first cycle. So I was then given anti-vomit tablets. I think they even dripped me. When I got back, things were a bit different. Of course, again, the first week was clearly no food. But in that second chemo session, when I got back, I was lucky to be visited by a doctor friend who is also a nutritionist, who phoned me in that mix of we're just drinking soursop juice and any other things that we would think about, plus the usual milk tea. So she advised that I have a lot of avocado on each meal and blend any food they cook at home. Provided there is some soup, get whatever has been cooked at home. If it's beans, even with posho or potato. Of course, she really recommended that I have potato, sweet potato and avocado on my diet. I don't know why, but she said it will help rebuild my body. So we began doing that. We were not doing anything special. Whatever everyone else was eating that day, they would make sure there's enough soup. Like you prepare food for a young child that's beginning to eat food at 6 months, is what I went through. And they would bring my bowl full, and it was very easy for me to take. And I began having a different experience with a second cycle. Many other things came on board that you'll hear about in other videos. I ended up using different things to help my body be boosted. So that became my pattern for every 3 weeks, which I did for 6 cycles. Within that, I experienced many different other effects of chemo, like hair loss. Hair loss came in, I think, in the 3rd cycle, which I will explain in another video. It's proper experience. It was something. Then also there was nails becoming black. These nails like became black, as if you put that black henna. Yeah. And then of course there's that shade. Your whole body has some kind of coating. That was also another thing. So we went through all those things, among which I will be picking a few of those effects in other videos. Then I'll talk about them and maybe share what I did or what one can do to help minimize the intensity of those effects. So after the chemo 6th cycle was done, I came back again, went through my usual. I was asked to have tests again, afresh. Similar tests almost to the ones that happened before I started, so that they see what is the body like after chemo. Need a CT scan before chemo and again after, where they were seeing if the whole body has cancer or it's in just some particular places. Yes, please share what you know about cancer right now, what you know about chemo, because there's a lot of misconception about chemo, about cancer itself. It would be amazing how if you randomly asked anybody what is cancer, what do you know about cancer, be it a child or an adult, you'd be amazed at what answers they would give. So to me, this was a learning process about this disease, about its intervention. Up to that point, the only thing I knew about chemotherapy was in movies. I would watch a movie and they would show you just a little clip. They run to the toilet and then hair loss. That's all I knew, but turns out there's a whole heap of effects that come with that disease, and there are ways that those effects can be mitigated. Some people never know that, and I kind of think that most cancer patients die because of the effects of the drugs they're on, because of the effects of the chemo, because the body is weak, can't fight. The body is weak, cannot do anything. Any disease that comes around just knocks you down. So I feel like this is the key area where people should put a lot of effort, a lot of thought, and a lot of energy and compassion while looking after a patient. Be mindful of changes that happen, and don't sit at home trying to figure it out on your own when there are already known remedies to some of these things. Contact your doctors. I'm sure they can be of help. They are willing to be of help. By the time you're on chemo, you shouldn't go and just task it all out alone. There's a lot of ignorance around this disease. There's a lot of fear and low esteem around this whole experience. Please be open-minded. Be free about the disease. Use it as a learning curve for yourself. Ask questions. Read a lot about cancer, whatever cancer you have. There's a lot of information out there regarding anything. YouTube has made things very easy for us. Read and read, or watch videos. Do whatever you know how to do best in knowledge search. Understand what's happening to your body and what's being done to your body, what to expect and how you will want to move that journey in a positive way. A big thank you to the doctors again and nurses who go through this on a daily. Because when I imagine just me alone on that ward, my own journey was a whole heap of experiences for me and those that were caring for me, including the nurses and doctors. But these people have to deal with so many people with different types of cancers in a similar way. It's not an easy thing. We applaud you for what you do, and we pray that God uses you to bring healing and good feelings to your patients as you work on them, as you give them life. Cancer is curable, and cancer can be prevented as well. I would like to just encourage us to be in a routine of checking for different things. Of course, different circumstances deter people from going for this test. Some people just don't want to know. I've talked to people who say, for me, I don't want to look for things that are not, in my vicinity. If it's there, we'll deal with it. And I'm like, wow. Then there are those who will tell you, okay, there's no money these tests have to be paid for. I understand all that. But there are also drives that go around the country. You hear once in a while, oh, there's a breast cancer campaign going around. People are being tested for free, and cervical cancer as well. In Mulago, I'm aware that there are some tests that are for free, actually. For instance, cervical cancer for ladies. Make it a routine to check yourself at least every 3 years, like we are recommended. The breast tests and screening are also available. We can even teach ourselves how to test yourself. Everything is on Google, or go to your nearest health center, talk to a nurse. Let's be intentional about our health. I cannot tell where I met cancer, but the best I can do is try to learn anything I can about it and try to educate others. So because right now we all don't know, we live in a very polluted world. The food we eat is infested with pesticides, and there is a lot that is wrong going on that can cause cancer. But we cannot just sit and not do anything about it and wait. We try. I hope I've encouraged someone out there, whether you're sick or not, that it's about being intentional. Anything about life is for being intentional. Any achievement that we have, any success that we have is a choice. So when you choose that I want to be alive, I want to be cancer free, I want to prevent cancer, I want to live right, I want to eat right, I want to exercise, I want to not drink, I want to not take those drugs. Those things are the ones that bring toxins into our bodies. Once you make that choice, I think it's only a matter of time, because it becomes your habit, and with habits you get results. Thank you. Wish you a good day.